Thank you again for joining me this evening. A lovely early spring. I don't know where you are, but hopefully not getting too much rain or too much wind, and you're experiencing, given the daylight savings time change, more sunshine in your day. And if not externally, you're getting more light in your life from discussions like this and other things you are encountering on your journey. Today's topic is called You Never Get to Better. You never get to quote unquote better. You always have your best to accept in each moment, each day. It's just that simple about your best. There's no competition or comparison necessary for you to feel your best. And as I am taking away that idea or measurement of better, how can you define that? Better than what? Better than tomorrow? Of course not. That is not even possible at all. Better than yesterday? Tell me, how can you go back and compare this moment or this thing to that moment or that thing in the past? Again, not possible. Maybe conceptually in your head and with those hypothetical ratios and rationale about, for me, when I was 25, no, let's be honest, 50 pounds lighter, had hair, and was in better shape, I guess I could compare this body image and capacity to 40 years ago. But even if that's a true analysis, what's the benefit of that? I can't go back and get that and bring it here. I have to deal with what I have right now in this body and this limited capacity or expanding levels of fatness. But either way, it's not a great proposition to undertake. It's not even accurate or accessible or provable. But you might be thinking, shouldn't we get better with age and practice and experience? Should we not expect some progression and improvement? Maybe, but there's a couple of things difficult with that approach. Expectations will always start and leave you with disappointment, especially always when focused on an outcome, a result, or the answer, and not focused on your preparation for the process, the journey you must take in each day, in each new moment. That journey I'm talking about, that I hope you're joining me on, is your self-discovery of who and what you are right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. And definitely not talking about self-improvement. So the follow-on question to you, how do you improve on perfect? You don't. You don't. I'm asking you over these many previous 820 episodes to consider and hopefully accept the definition of perfect that you and I are, not just Jesus. You can't improve on your perfectness. You just continue to complete and to remain in your own process of completing, which is what makes you perfect. And then lastly, let's address the underlying comparison aspect. Comparing this now to that fantasy called tomorrow. This now compared to the past that you cannot relive. Or even worse, comparing your right now, the you right now, to you of before, or to make the case or cause of getting better. That's why I said at the top of this discussion, you cannot get better. All you can do, like right now, is to realize, appreciate, and observe this moment, which is all you have. This is your best. I'm trying to cut through the chaff and the noise and hear that crystal distinct sound of your heart in this very present moment. This is your best. Always, anytime, any place, any condition that you have to reconcile with a term called now. See, we're not deferring to your headspace, where I am trying to make the case for your heart space, the commonality that makes us stronger together. Certainly, you're strong individually by yourself, me by myself. But together, if we can leverage that commonality and agree on that heart space where we can connect, that makes us individually and then collectively enjoying our best. So, as I'm closing out this discussion today, and for resilience, I'm asking you to please stay in your heart space for your best and to connect with the best of everyone and everything that you must meet today. Because when you meet with someone or something or some environment or some condition that is outside of you, consider that standard of remaining centered on your purpose, your message, that breath you're taking right now as you proceed going forward. That's all you have. But you can reflect on what it is that does drive you and what pushed you to that drive from that desire that you know in your heart. Never say in your head. You always say in your heart you feel that is correct. That feels right. That feels as close to truth as you can ever get. I'm only offering you another example, another short dissertation on the importance of that very delicate yet strong impetus, that spark that brought us here, that keeps us here, hopefully keeps us communicating and observing and building upon our individual resilience. I know it's a nice word, but until you start peeling it back and seeing what's underneath that word, then it should make sense to you and should be more real to you instead of just this guy blathering on about this thing called resilience. I appreciate you taking the time to consider this idea and these statements about your best and not getting better. As always, stay present, stay current. It is always 8:20.